Hello people, Michelle here and welcome back to my Makery. As you may have noticed, the Makery has moved. It's no longer in the corner of my living room. It is now in my dining nook. We are experiencing technical difficulties with the lighting. I think I'm going to have to get some blockout blinds or something. Or film. Excuse me, film at night. I now have a window here and then one you can see behind me, the curtains are closed, but even though it is winter at the moment, it has stopped raining and the sun is shining. So, oh, excuse me. Okay, first off, I'm so sorry I've been missing for so long. Life gets in the way sometimes. Excuse me. Sorry about that, I had to pause and have a good cough. Please excuse the chaos in my Makery, it is absolute madness. I haven't got everything back where I want it. I need to get some more shelves put up. And oh my goodness. So sorry, now I'm yawning, how rude. Now, what have I finished? Not a lot. Even though it's been so long. I finished my daughter's blanket, that you know. I sewed in all the ends. I did her hot water bottle cover, sewed in all those ends. That's been sent off, received, and she absolutely loves it. It's on her bed. As soon as she got it, she sent me a picture of her lying on her bed on top of it, so that was cool. And then I then made a hot water bottle cover for her partner, and he's received that and he loves that as well. I finally finished Mum's shawl, so I've given her that and she loves that, although she did say it's a bit hot for the New Zealand temperatures, so maybe it'll never get worn. Ho hum. What else? What else have I finished? Oh, a hat. I finished a hat. Not much of a hat, just a teeny weeny little hat. Oops. And it's just one of those square jobbies with the got front posts down the bottom for a couple of rows, and then it's just, I think that's a double crochet, and it's just done in a rectangle and then seamed together. But when they put it on, they'll have these two little pointy bits poking up, kind of like ears. Yeah. So that's all I've finished. It's pretty shocking of me, eh? But I had dilemma after dilemma. I would start something, get quarter, halfway through it, don't like it, rip it out. Start something else, don't like the colour I've chosen, rip it out. And nothing was working how I wanted it to. I started a star-shaped baby blanket. It was going along nicely with it, and it was about, yay big. I was like, the finish line is coming. I can see it. And I had a good look at it, and one of my points was like way shorter on one side than the other. I was like, what's going on here? So I thought I'll rip it back to where I've made the mistake. Guess where that was? Row 2. Oh my goodness, I had to rip it right. So it went in the naughty corner, that one, along with the cat that I was making. Now it's gone. I can't be bothered with it. It's not cooperating, so it's gone. So what else have I been working on apart from everything that's turned to custard? Is the baby blanket I was making with Blossom Crochet's Granny Merge. Is it the Granny Merge pattern? Anyway, I had said it was pretty much finished because I'd run out of yarn and I couldn't get any more. Well, Spotlight restocked, yay, thank you Spotlight. And so I managed to get 2 more skeins of yarn, and so I've been adding to my blanket. It's a lot, well, I'm not sure where I was up to, probably about here. So I've added that much, which isn't a lot really, but it does make a difference in the overall size of the blanket. I still have this much of the second cake to go, so I should get a couple more rounds. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a border or just finish with the pattern of the blanket. This kind of blanket doesn't really need a border as such, but I could do just a solid single crochet and then like a little picot or something if I felt like it. But I don't feel it really needs it. It is going to need blocking though. It is starting to curl in a bit. But yeah, so I've been working on that one. Thank goodness I got extra yarn, because I really wasn't happy with the size it was. I really did want it a bit bigger. You know, baby blankets are all good being a baby blanket, but you want it to be able to last a bit longer than just a tiny little newborn blanket. Well, I do anyway. So anyway, next project. There's a few. I've been making some granny squares. If anyone's seen my squares on Instagram, they're nothing fancy. Just, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 row granny. Out of the leftover yarn from my daughter's blanket. I had a lot because that yarn I had bought as a bulk lot on Trade Me for someone who I reckon they'd been planning on a blanket and just decided nah. So I've only done 4 squares, but I have sewn in my ends as I went along because, you know, me and ends not best mates. And I'm planning, it was all Terry's fault. No, it's not your fault, Terry. I had been watching Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast, and she had done, watching all her old videos as well as her new ones, and she had made some granny squares to show her favourite join as you go method. And I thought, thanks Terry. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some granny squares with the yarn left over from my daughter's blanket, and then I'm going to use Terry's join as you go method, well, her favourite join as you go method, which is, I think, the flat braid join. I think it's similar to or the same as the one I used for the last granny square blanket I made, but I'm not sure. So that's what I have so far. Pretty. That's towards that one. Been on a bit of a square mission. Now the next one, they're just closed grannies, basic closed grannies, because this is for my son, my youngest son, and he chose the colours. We have this, which is it's a charcoal grey. I'm sorry the lighting is terrible, so you don't have to watch if you don't want to, but I really would like you to see what I've been up to. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. And kind of a mossy greeny, that's a hard to describe colour, but that looks fairly accurate. So those are the 2 colours he picked. And that's just in a DK weight yarn, acrylic yarn, and I'm doing, how many rows am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of just a closed granny square, and that's what he wants, just in a checkerboard pattern with those 2 colours. I've done a few, haven't woven in my ends, but it's not such a big deal when you're doing solid colours. It's all the rows of separate colours that kind of makes you cringe at the end. So anyway, the yarn I'm using for this blanket is Unity yarn from the warehouse in New Zealand, and it comes in great big 300 gram balls. So I have one of the mint and one of the grey, and I'll just keep making that until I run out. I'm not sure what I'm going to use to join it yet. It will be another colour. Not sure. I do have a variegated black and grey that maybe I might use. I should have enough to join it. We'll see how it looks, I suppose. And then the next one is a project for myself. I love purple and I love greens and blues, and so I've chosen, you can't see because the lighting in here is crap, but these colours here, which has 3 shades of purple and 2 shades of teal. The teal are very similar though, I might have to get a different one. And that is to make myself a blanket for my room. Now the square I've chosen, if you can see it, is called the Sheldon Sq'd square. This is a Yarnspirations tutorial, that I'm following, and it is apparently based on the blanket on the couch in the sitcom Young Sheldon. So yeah, that is the square I have chosen. It contains my nemesis, some baubles, but not as many as that blanket. So I've done that one, and I've done this one. And I've started the lighter purple. But I mean, I like the square even just that big. It's kind of cool. And I like that it has some texture. But I'm just going to plod along at this slowly because it is just for me. So, yeah, I just downloaded, it's the Crochet Crowd, sorry. Sheldon Sq'd Square by Laura Jean Bartholomew. So, that's that one. And I'm just using, it's this yarn, which is Marvel 8-ply yarn and 100 gram balls from Spotlight. And then, the only other thing really I've been working on is my scrap gan, which still hasn't grown a lot. It's this big. And it needs to be like 5 times this big. But I'm just adding. And I have, you know, some half finished hats here and there, and I have started a unicorn amigurumi, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. And I did make a purchase recently. I purchased a kit from Spotlight. I'll just grab it. Can you see? Oh, it's a llama. I thought maybe a kit might be better for my inept amigurumi hands. I don't know. It says it's for an intermediate crocheter, and I'm probably still just a beginner. But I don't know. I thought I'd give it a go. It cost $17 New Zealand at Spotlight, and it does contain the yarn. It's like some fluffy little yarn and some multicoloured for the blankie. But I'm going to give that a go, but not starting it until I finish some things I have happening. So I've decided I'm going to focus on 2 projects, because otherwise I spread myself too thin, and I keep thinking, oh, I want to do that. Oh, let's start a new project. And so you end up with project bags, drowning in project bags of half full finished projects. So I'm going to focus on my scrap gan, because that was an order from somebody who wanted one, and that was months ago. So thank you to that wonderful person for being so patient with me. But it is now going to be my top priority, is getting that finished for you. And also the baby blanket as my other priority. Those are the 2 things I'm going to focus on for the rest of this week. As soon as it is only Monday, I am hoping that I might see something finished for my next podcast. But anyway, moving on. I am participating in a Carousel swap box thingy, you know, with Leah at Leah's Homemade Crafts in Australia. And it arrived this morning. Now, I know that a lot of the American YouTubers do carousels, and they get some amazing stuff, but things are a lot cheaper over there, and postage is a lot cheaper. And so the carousel I'm participating in, the box contains 10 balls of yarn. That's it, 10 balls of yarn. You're allowed to take 3, so I can show you what I've chosen from the box. Now, I chose this. Isn't that pretty? It is called Portercraft Ice Cream Yarn. I don't know where she got this from. It's 100% acrylic, 200 grams of yarn, 350 meters, and the colour is called Forest Fruit. Isn't that gorgeous? Very nice. Anyway, so that's what I chose. this one. And then I chose these two balls. They're just 100% acrylic. They are Creative PL Cozy Collection 100% acrylic. And it says here that they are from Aldi, made for Aldi. 100 gram balls, 300 meters per ball. So that's really decent. They're really soft acrylic. So I've chosen these two balls. So that's my 3 items that I chose from the carousel. And I've replaced that with 3 like items. A couple of them are my favourites that I've replaced that I've put in there. So I wanted to keep them, but I thought no, I'm going to share them. I'd rather give people yarn that I really like than them get something and not like it, but then they might not like the yarn I like anyway. So this is quite squishy. So that's what I chose, and I shall be getting that box taped back up and sent off again to the next recipient. I believe her name is Holly, I think, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I'm waiting on an email from Leah with the address for the next participant, and then I will send that along. So I want to say thank you, Leah, for organising that. It was really exciting to get the box and have a rifle through it and see what there was, and hum and ha, and yeah, chose what I wanted. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't seen my previous video, go watch it. It's a giveaway. You might get a present. Yeah, otherwise I'll see you next time, and it won't be so long next time because I do have to come back and film the giveaway one next week, and I will probably try and do another crafty catch up as soon as I've caught up on some of the things I need to do. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends. I really enjoy sharing my projects with you, and look forward to doing it again really soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.